Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am sorry that I am not doing a video in front of the camera today. Just have not had time, and so the problem is, by me not having time to sit in front of a camera and set everything up, I'm actually very late on this video. And if you notice, I'm kind of late on posting a lot of videos. That includes my burn rotation for February. And believe it or not, I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, or happy belated Valentine's Day to you all. But I'm actually recording this video on Valentine's Day. I am currently burning Kringle's Love and Roses back there. I also have Kringle's Raspberry Rose Ganache, and then a flannel. The flannel's there because, well, you know, everything can't be Valentine's Day and still winter, even though we are getting some decent weather right now in February for Michigan. Michigan's 40s probably feels like 70s for some of y'all because, you know, this is actually one of our snowiest months. And so therefore, it may not be the cloudiest. January gets the trophy for the cloudiest month. However, believe it or not, February is the snowiest. And I know you're probably like, how is it the snowiest if you don't have as many clouds? Because of the temperature fluctuation, our lakes affect a lot of our weather. So we will probably still get a couple of more actual snowfalls before it's all said and done. I'm praying we don't. We are above average in our snowfall this year compared to last year. Last year, I think our snowfall was only 18 inches. This year, it's double that. And I'm over it. Probably a lot of you too that normally don't get snow, who's gotten the snow and freezing temperatures for like 20 days. We had got snow here for like 20 days straight. That was measured. Every single day, it snowed here for 20 straight days. No matter the time of day, it snowed here for 20 straight days. And that basically tells you it was cloudy for 20 straight days. So, well, I can't say that because there might have been some days where the sun would peek out for like an hour or two, but you better believe it was some snow following it. Anyway, we're not here to talk about snow. However, we are here to talk about January candles. And since January candles kind of for me, the theme of January and my candle burning is I'm seasonal. You know that. I'm still a mood burner, even being seasonal. You can be seasonal and still be a mood burner at the same time. So I peeled out a lot of stuff that, in my opinion, set the tone and mood for January. So kind of like broke it down into parts where I had some celebratory stuff for the beginning of January for like that New Year's Eve, New Year's week. So bringing in a New Year, celebrating. Then I started getting more into those snowy, cold temperature, cold weather type of scents. Now, you most likely seen my Bath and Body Works candle rotation video that I did for January. If you see this after the Empties video, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you see this before, you'll also understand. But I actually what happened with that video is I posted a January burn video for Bath and Body Works candles. And I thought it uploaded on YouTube, and I ended up deleting the video because I don't save my videos like that. I don't back them up. Just too much data. It is what it is. Well, the problem is the video was corrupted on YouTube. It wasn't playable because, you know, I play the video before it releases at YouTube. Like I'm actually just someone who's watching it to see how it looks. And when I tried to play it, it kept saying file corrupted. And I do recall having some issues with uploading a couple of videos before where it would upload and then it wouldn't. And I did that like 3 times, and the video said it uploaded, and I even did the editing for the video and editing for thumbnail and all. But when I clicked on it, it said corrupted. So half of my empties is in this video, half of my empties is in the Bath and Body Works January burn rotation video as well. So make sure you check out both so you can see what I burned and finished that were Bath and Body Works candles. All right. With that being said, and this flannel is actually a carryover from January, so you will see me talk about it in that video, but that candle is a carryover from January. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first candle I want to talk about is Winter Apple Toddy from Scentworks. This is a candle brand that is part of the Slacken & Co. Candle company. They launched Slacken & Co. as a company in 22 or 23. And that way they could put all of their candle brands under one, because they have like 4 different candle brands, like Aroma Home, Scentworks. They, I think, have another one. They have Aroma Home. Well, I don't know if Aroma Home still exists, because I know they did one in Home Depot or something like that, and it was called Aroma Home. Then they did a Dollar Tree one, Scentworks, which is this one, and they have that partnership going right now with Walmart, but they don't look like this jar that I keep showing you. And of course, Homeworks. So they have like 4 companies, 4 brands under their company name, Slacken & Co. So I'm just going to refer to it as what it is. Now, the ones that look like this one, the ones under this name brand don't look like this anymore. They're still the same company. They just changed the jar design. I love these better. These burnt better. These just all around better. The scent notes for Winter Apple Toddy are Honeycrisp Apple Cinnamon Stick, Molasses, and Nutmeg. This one burned dirty. Because, you know, these burn kind of hot. And it's because of the thickness of the jar and the fact that it's glass. I just kept it trimmed all the way down. I finished down there. This one just smelled like just the season from Bath & Body Works to me. It doesn't smell like what I thought it was going to be, which would have been like Bath & Body Works Spice Apple Toddy and Winter Candy Apple fused together. I thought, hey, they're on to something. Maybe it smells like both of them. No. I wish you guys could see my reaction, but my hair is such a mess. I was supposed to get my hair done for Valentine's Day. That didn't work out. Didn't work out at all. So now my hair is frizzy, looks damaged. It needs to be pressed, straightened, and curled and silky. Yeah, so I didn't feel like trying to make it. I don't have the time for that. I'm sorry, y'all. But yes. Okay, so this one, it wasn't the strongest. This wasn't strong, in my opinion. That just, I have no idea what happened here, but that is Winter Apple Toddy. The next one I have from that collection is Spice Mulled Wine. And this one has scent notes of juicy red apple, red wine, mulling spices, and clove bud. I could have burnt this around the holidays, but it was much more of a mulled wine. This is what the wax looks like. And the reason why I said I could have burnt this around holiday, because it kind of does have a holiday feel, especially with the red wine, the clove bud, and the spices. It does. It's just missing a Christmas tree, but it would have fit in well. But I burnt this at the beginning of January, so kind of still in that realm of celebrating and holidays. The next one is called Holiday Cheer. This one probably could have been burned around Christmas, but whatever. Scent notes are sparkling orange mimosa, lemon peel, peach nectar, and hibiscus blossom. Is that what they say? Yes, blossom. This one was a perfect burn, perfect thrower. Reminded me of a better smelling Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast that I did like that one. So yeah, if it comes out in the Scentworks, I recommend it. If the new vessels do not bother you, by all means, grab Holiday Cheer. And last but not least, this one was kind of a disappointment for me. Butter Rum Eggnog. Scent notes: sweet buttercream, dark rum, nutmeg, and raisin. This just didn't smell like, it didn't smell like eggnog. It had like a burnt smell, almost like, I won't say a burnt, like, it smelled burnt, but like a donutty bake smell. It just didn't smell like what I thought butter rum eggnog would smell like. The Bath & Body Works butter rum eggnog is 100% better than this one. At least it has creamy vanilla, slightly lactonic. I was kind of looking for that, and I figured that with this being a Slacken & Co. candle, that would have came through way more and been more authentic, but this one just didn't meet the mark. meet the mark for me. So that's butter rum eggnog. So those are the 4 Scentworks candles that I picked out for the month of January. Let's see. Now we're going to do some homeworks. This one is Over the River and Through the Woods. The notes on this one is Winter Breeze, Fresh Blue Spruce, Mountain Balsam, and Icy Musk. When I tell you there's not, in my opinion, that much of a tree scent, this one has much more of a warm, baked, gourmandy feeling to it, with a little bit of tree in the background. It's much more bakery in the essence than it is with trees. This was such a, I don't want to say a letdown because of the scent profile. This just didn't match what I thought Over the River and Through the Woods would have smelled like. However, the scent is actually very much nice and wonderful with the scent profile. I know that sounds confusing, but hear me out. When you read the notes, you're expecting something to be like a ice outdoorsy tree type of scent. But this actually is not that. This is much more of a cozy inside a cottage in the woods type of scent where someone is baking up some type of pastries in the oven. That's what this smells like to me. So maybe because Scentworks has lately been putting on their e-commerce site a lot more notes. So there's probably more in-depth information to the notes in there. However, I just from the 4 notes on this doesn't match what I was thinking. If anything, this could have been what butter rum eggnog smelled like. I'm telling you, this is much more butter rum eggnog than butter rum eggnog is. That's just how I feel. So that is Over the River and Through the Woods. Oh, it wasn't super strong either. That was like a 4 out of a 10. Butter rum eggnog definitely had no scent, strength, and throw. Holiday cheer could fill up a full. Open concept, which was like a 7. Spice malt wine wasn't that strong either. That probably was like a 6.5. And winter apple toddy could fill up an open concept room and get us to a 7. So there's that ranking for you guys. I don't remember if I said anything about them. Next one is Fresh Snowfall. Back when I first started shopping with Homeworks, they used to make labels, glass labels etched into the glass. And then some people started complaining about how they don't like that and would prefer the jar just to be plain like this. So you don't know what scent it is. And that's the only thing I hate is when I take pictures, you don't know what scent it is. I have to tell you. And if you're not a caption reader on Instagram, you're not going to know. So this is Fresh Snowfall. Scent notes are frosted mint, crisp winter air, fresh eucalyptus, and holly berries. And the reason why I'm fussing about it is because say you're burning something and you kind of forget what you're burning. Now you have to look up under the label to see what you're burning. And if it's burning, now you have to wait. So I think it was kind of actually stupid to take that etched out glass label from the hobnail jars and get rid of it. I just think that was so stupid. And I really hope that Harry puts it back. Now, as far as the burn, this burnt really well. Don't pay attention to that. I lit it and didn't realize it was at the wick clip, so it burnt itself out. This was a disappointment. With all those notes, this was a disappointment. It burned good. However, it didn't throw. It burnt well. I had no issues with the wicks, but it did not throw. It barely started throwing at the end, and it got to a 3 at the end. So Fresh Snowfall in a 3-wick vessel, definitely not. I can't remember if Fresh Snowfall is actually new or if it is something we've had before. You guys got to understand, I've been burning Homeworks for 5 years. So I didn't get really into Homeworks back in 2016 or 17 or whenever they've released originally. So I never got a chance to enjoy the beginnings of Homeworks, I will say up until 22. Up until 22 is when things started to go downhill. For instance, like scent strength, when I was still buying, oh my gosh, the strength on our candles were all nines. All nines. Every single candle was a 9. I only ran into like 1 or 2 candles that actually had wick issues. I would say about 2021, we started having the wick issues where wicks were falling out and literally falling out of the wick clips. I noticed in the newer burns, that's not happening anymore. However, they're back to those thicker, sturdier wicks that a lot of people hate, that create those big, huge mushrooms. Because see, here's the problem. Homeworks, when I was buying from them, they were making candles with these exceptional wicks. They burned and stayed hot every single time, and fragrance emitted from them. So you never had a burn issue. You never had a problem with throw. Yes, they leaned in the wax after you put them out, but get a wick dipper and stand them back up. Could trim the bulbous off of the top, and they stood right up. I'm not even gonna lie, like this. It did that. It was doing that in these where the bulbs were getting too heavy, and so I would put the can out and they would fall in the wax. So what I did was I would lift the wick out of the wax, cut the bulbs off, and they would stand straight right back up. So it's just the bulbous that's holding the wick. If that's too much for you, maybe you shouldn't burn candles, because here's the thing. No matter if it's 100% soy with these fantastic wicks, blah, 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 you should still be doing candle maintenance. I don't care that the wick is 100% cotton. I don't care that the wax is 100% soy. Who cares? You should still do candle maintenance and still watch your candles. It's still something that is on fire in your house. So please don't be those people that feel like, oh, it's 100% wax, I can light my candle and just go on about my day. No, ma'am. No, you can't. Doesn't matter. Please don't ever have the mindset that just because it's 100% wax, 100% soy wax, or 100% cotton fibers, that you can just walk away from the candle. And then don't be those same people that start complaining about the wicks leaning in the wax, and then we get shittier wicks, which we end up getting with Homeworks for like 2 years, where they were so damn thin. I mean, so thin. They were thinner than toothpicks, y'all. They were almost as thin as a pen needle. That's how thin the wicks were. Think I'm exaggerating? I will show y'all some candles. In my next empties, I have some candles that actually have those wicks, and they burned terrible to the point where I couldn't even finish 2 of my candles because of it, because they wouldn't stay lit. That's what I'm talking about. And I noticed that once Harry started getting wind of those candles not burning like that, he went back to the wicks that he should have never left. So, you know, yes, people complain about performance, but you know what? When you realize that some things are worse than others, you just deal with it. Like, same with Kringle. People complain about the Kringle candles getting these bulbous, you know, those carbon balls on the top. You know what? I will take carbon balls 100 times more over a thin wick just because you don't want a high flame. Cut them. Cut the wicks, okay? And also, there's another person, and me and him are probably like probably the enemies of the state in the candle community. He thinks that the more bulbs you see developing on your candles, the better they throw. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel the same way. I feel like I get way better performance out of candles that create bulbous on the top and aren't puny wicking and all that kind of stuff. They perform well and throw all the way to the end. Now, am I saying that every single candle is doing that? No, because I know someone's going to take what I'm saying out of context and be like, well, I have candles that do that and they don't throw. I'm not saying every one. I'm just saying majority of the candle experiences I've had, most candles that do that, they tend to burn well and throw. So that's just based off of like my experiences. We all have different experiences, but I'm just sharing it with you. All right, back to the homeworks candle because I went right on to a complete tangent. This is one of those Elton John Slacken & Co. candles I received in PR last year. Well, actually 24 now. So the holiday season of 2024. This is another candle that does not have a label, but that's what that looks like. And then the scent notes are gingerbread pudding, malt, spices, candied orange, and vanilla. This is a warm scent. This could have been burnt in the fall. This could have been burnt on during the holidays. I burnt it in January. That's how the wicks look. I'm trying to see. That's how the wicks look. Very much burnt clean. I would say this was like a 4 out of 10 in smaller spaces, like a bedroom. Not too much in an open concept. I never brought it out to the open concept because I figured it wouldn't perform out here, so it didn't make sense to bring it out here. So I just kept it in my room and burnt it back there. So that is it for the Slacken & Co. candles. Now let's get into Kringle. The first candle I want to talk about is Kringle's Blue Spruce. This has scent notes of blue spruce, fir needle, cyclamen flower, citron, ivy, vines, amber, vetiver, cedar wood, and rosemary. This is from 2 Christmases ago, so 2024 holiday season. This one was very astringent burning, like very astringent. It burnt fine. I didn't have any wick issues. And for the scent notes to have, for this candle to have the scent notes it had, it wasn't super strong. I got mostly what I feel like is rosemary. I got a lot of that. I got citron, fir needles, probably some blue spruce. But that's about it. But for it to have those type of scent notes and not be like an 8, it wasn't an 8. It probably was like a 6 out of 10. So that is Blue Spruce. Then the next one we have here is Sweet Winter Mint. So they're kind of like from the same collection. So this is a little different. You can see the jar is just a little bit different, like more silver than blue. Scent notes are sweet mint, peppermint, anise, galbanum, marine leafy green, cyclamen, eucalyptus, and liquid sugar. This was so good. I'm going to have to get this again. Yes, I'm purchasing Blue Spruce again, by the way. Oh, this was so good. Oh my God. It was like aquamarine, outdoorsy, winter minty type of scent. Like, I loved this one so much. I hope he brings it back in a classic Kringle jar. Oh man. And then the scent strength was like a 9. Oh my gosh, it was perfect. Gots to bring that back. It was so wintry feeling and cold and icy and just, I was just here for it. The next one I have here is Tinsel Time. And let me move this out the way. Is Tinsel Time. And the scent notes for this are thyme, hollyberry, holly greens, citrus, pomegranate, white birch, balsam fir, and musk. This one, it didn't hit the mark for me. It just didn't hit the mark for me as I would have liked it to. It burnt, well, it was citrusy more than anything. Berryish, pomegranate. Like you could smell the berries, the pomegranate, the citrusy smells. Didn't really have too much of an outdoorsy feel. However, on some of the winter trees, you do get berries to grow. So I'm guessing that's the element that they were trying to. Also, Tinsel Time is much more probably holiday season. I think on the original label, because it's actually in the original jar, I think on our original label there's like ornaments or something, but because it was in this jar, it was blue and silver. I was like, yeah, that go with my colors of things that I want to burn for the winter, for January. And so I pulled it out for that because I had a lot of Christmas scents already, so I didn't want to oversaturate. So I finished it for January, and there you go. And then last but not least, as far as candles go, we have My Baby Winter Wonder. This is the best freaking candle for winter that you can get. This reminds me of snow. It smells like trees. It's just every freaking thing that you need in your life. Does this have scent notes on the bottom? Nope. I got this one in 22. Now, look at that. And this is what I talk about when I say money and your money and the benefit of your money. So mind you, I've had this since 22. And I've burned it every single year since 22. I'm just now finishing it. You want to know why? Because I don't burn through all of my candles, especially when I have a lot. I don't have to burn through my candles like that. I can burn this one, put it back. I'm not afraid to put half burnt candles back into my stash, especially when they have a good grade of wax. Why would I do that when I can just save my money, don't have to buy another one? I basically went 2 or 3 years without having to buy it. Enjoyed it. Burnt it is almost as long as I would burn a 3-wick. Yes, you heard that right. 3 consecutive burns of this compared to a 14-ounce candle from Bath & Body Works. It's basically equivalent to 1 Kringle candle 2-wick cylinder jar. So just think about that. If this was a Bath & Body Works candle, I would have bought 3. It was equivalent to burning in those same hours, 100 up to 100 hours burn time. So think about it. You probably get about 25 to 40 hours of burn time with your Bath & Body Works candles. And it was about fitting into the bill of that because like I said before, I took my time with it. I would burn it. And yes, I was burning it every single day just about. But I wouldn't burn it all day. I probably would burn it for like 3 hours for one day. Per day. And that was it. That's how I got my candle to last. So that is it for the candles. Now let's talk about wallflower plugs that I finished. And when I tell y'all, yes, I finished all of these in a month. I'm going to explain though. So the first one, Christmas cookie baking. This was from the holidays. I did not finish this one in December, so I finished it in January. Warm sugar cookies, almond icing glaze, and nutmeg. I think it's something wrong with all of my holiday plugs. They just weren't burning the wildflowers like I wanted to. Another one I finished was Black Friday shopping. I don't know the notes to this, but I think it was like pretzels and candy canes or something like that. I'm not sure, but this one had no throw whatsoever. Christmas cookies did okay in an open concept, not something I have to rebuy. Now, this was a January one, Vanilla Noir and Lavender. This is a sass one that comes out every year. It looks like scent notes are iced lavender, sweet vanilla, and ebony wood. It's just a lavender wood type of scent. Another one in it was a January. Wallflower is Mary Berry Martini. This has scent notes of fresh malted raspberries, cranberry cocktail splash, and sugar crystal rim. This one did okay in an open hallway. It threw in an open hallway. Next one was Magic in the Air. This has scent notes of sparkling persimmon, white iris, and whipped vanilla bourbon. This one needs the assistance of a scent control in order to be to smell. I have 2 in my open concept. They're not super strong. I have 2 plugged in now for February. They're not super strong. The next one I have is the Ice Vanilla Woods that came in that limited edition tree-shaped wallflowers. Let me tell you something about the tree-shaped wallflowers. They all threw well. I mean, strong. They didn't need no assistance. They finished quickly, and they were strong. The scent notes is ice lavender, sweet vanilla, and ebony wood. Wait, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Am I tripping? What? Am I the only one that's just realizing Vanilla Noir and Lavender and Ice Vanilla Woods is the same freaking thing? Oh my God, y'all. I did not know that. If you knew that, leave that in the comments. But okay, well, we don't have to talk about that. But that version of Ice Vanilla Woods / Vanilla Noir Lavender was strong. this one was okay, but the tree-shaped one was strong. The next one is Snowball Fight. This was a January plug-in. Scent notes are Cold Winter Air, Snowball Fight, and Warm Mittens. This one wasn't super strong, maybe a 4 in an open concept. Next, we have Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar or Milk. Scent notes are Sugar Cookie Cake, Raspberry Jelly, and Toasted Almonds. This one did pretty well in an open concept. Letters to the North Pole was a December one. Also, Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar was a December one. This one is Cozy Holiday Evening Rainbow Candy Canes, Notebook, and Glitter Pens. I don't want to say this, but if you were a kid and sniffed your pens when you were younger, you know, just look away. Just look away. But Letters to the North Pole. We all did some crazy stuff as kids in the 90s. Next, we have Frosted Sleigh Ride. This one was quite strong. Another one in a tree-shaped wallflower bulb. And the scent notes are Soft White Snow, Ice, Pine Forest, and Fresh Air. Yes, queen. And then last but not least, my January Winter Berry Ice. And this one has scent notes of Iced Cherries, Juicy Orange, and Snowy Lime. You would think this one would have been nice and strong, but it wasn't. It wasn't, y'all. It needs a wallflower scent control. So, other than that, you guys, that is it for this video. Let me know what you think of the candles that I've finished in January. This is basically part 1. Part 2 is in the Bath & Body Works video. But like I said, whatever order you actually watch them is up to you. You might see the Bath & Body Works one first and then see this one. You may not even see this one at all because some of you just may not be interested. It is what it is. But I know a lot of the Empties videos do get a little more traction than a lot of my other ones, but right now I'm gonna just keep watching. I'm gonna keep doing videos for the 25 to 40 of y'all that watch. I got 800 viewers and less than 5% of people watch my videos. That's something. And it's all because I don't post anything, or I'm not consistent with my posting. I remember when I used to post back in the day, I would post candle reviews every single day. People would watch my channel. And by me not being able to be consistent right now, makes it difficult to be able to do that. So, but yeah, that is it, you guys. Thank you for tuning in and leave me a couple of comments. I know I haven't answered any comments from none of my videos, but you better believe I will get a chance to. I'm going to respond. Until then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.